All right, hey, how you doing? So this is Neil from PerfectSunLED.com, and finally got you guys a new grow update video. It is the 15th right now, and this one was recorded on the 8th. And so I'm gonna show you two different videos. I have a video from today and a video from like 8 days ago, whatever it was. So here we go. I'm gonna show you what the four strains we got going that we're gonna be growing here in this grow. And then I'm gonna just show you guys a little update, and then I'm gonna finally finish with her actual update. Today's update. All right, so first off, we have New York City Diesel. This is by Advanced Seeds. It's an autoflower. So we're doing 3 autoflowers and then 1 photoperiod this time. So hopefully these get big, because these two are going to be small. Hopefully this one gets big, because these two are actually small strains. I was doing a fourth one, but the seed grew like really curved and weird. And then as I was impatient, and as I was trying to pull it up, it snapped, so that one's gone. But anyway, so I don't think the Gorilla Glue is not very big. This is Gorilla Glue by Fast Buds and Autoflower, and this is Aphrodita. I forget who does this one right now, but anyway, this is also an Autoflower. These two don't get very big, and so they'll take up very little room. This one hopefully will get big. New York City Diesel Auto has potential to get big from what I've seen. I never grew it before, but it's supposed to be able to have pretty good potential. But that's all right. Even if they don't get very big, that's okay, because the Blue Dream is going to get very big, and I'll need that room for Blue Dream. So, and these were 4 days old at this time, and then these two here, the Aphrodita, and this one is 1 day old. I had some issues with seeds this time, though. Anyway, I talked about some of that before in my live videos. Oh, by the way, if you want to catch me on my live shows, I haven't been live in a little bit, but I'm going to be going live here again really soon. Anyway, I've been going live on Twitch, so follow me on Twitch. It's GrowPot Cheaply, so twitch.tv/GrowPot Cheaply. I think I have the link in the description of this video as well, so check that out. And it's free to follow. Just go there and follow, and then you'll get notified when I go live. So yeah. So in this one here is the photoperiod. This is the Blue Dream by Humboldt Seeds. So this will be the photoperiod that we're doing. You'll notice that something I wasn't going to make a live video on this, but I didn't end up doing it. I wasn't feeling good. So, but nonetheless, when you open up the rock holder, you cut it in half or you rip it in half. When you put it back together and put the seedling in there, I highly recommend, if there's seems like there's not enough space smashing between peel off a little bit of the corner and smash in there, and then put it back together again. And sometimes you can see right here, we put a little piece on the top just to kind of give it something to push up out of if it hasn't already come out of the seed yet. And so yeah, that was that update. We got some basil flowers right here. Let's go and look at the other one. And so also you can check out her video here of this one as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and just leave her actual talking in it, just a quick update of what's going on. Maybe I won't, because it's really, she just says kind of what they are. So this is New York City Diesel. Now we're on day 11. This was filmed on the 15th. And then over here we have Gorilla Glue by Fast Buds, Autoflower, and Aphrodita. And now you can see the Blue Dream has popped up. So this is 8 days later. So these are now 8 days old. And these are now, well, they're either 11 or, well, actually, I think these are 7 days old and these would be 11, because they're 4 days apart, I think. Because these were at one, oh, maybe they're only 3 days apart. Never mind. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's right. So these are 11 days old. These are 8 days old. And you can see that they're starting to come in. The Gorilla Glue is growing a little funky, so let's go and look at that real fast. So let's go ahead and see. Here's the Aphrodita. Aphrodita looks really nice at 8 days old. You can see she has her next set of leaves here. She has these big true leaves here, and she has next set. And it looks like she has another set of true leaves coming in as well. So that's the Aphrodita. I think she's going to be really nice. Hopefully, we'll see. And notice that we keep them in here. Now, you can also put them inside a humidity dome. So sometimes we'll put the humidity dome on there for the first 10 days. Depends how, moist it is. I usually like to keep them on there for the first 10 days. And it also helps keep the rock wool from drying out so fast. And then you just water just a little bit every day, like less than a shot glass every day, just a little bit. For the first 10 days, I like to use just a little bit of liquid seaweed, and then we start feeding it actual nutrients, which we need to start doing now. But liquid seaweed is kind of a nutrient, but it's more of a, if you don't have liquid seaweed, you can use any sort of bloom. So whatever you're using, just use the bloom for the first 10 days. And then after that, switch over to grow until they start to flower. So here's the, actually, let's go back here. Did she look at the Blue Dream? Oh, here's the Blue Dream. So I see the blue dream's the furthest behind, which is fine because she's going to end up taking off. Remember, she's a photoperiod, so she's going to be vegging this entire time that they're going. So they're going to go for a good probably 80 days. So this thing's going to be vegging for like 80 days. So it's going to get pretty big. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to top her and maybe start doing like a mainlining it, like top it where there's 4 tops left and then bend each one over to left and right and like grow them out horizontally like this, and then keep training them down, and then as the new ones grow up, train those branches down. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and just keep it growing long like that, and then a little bit. Some branches will grow out wide like this, but for the most part, I'm trying to grow out long like this because I want it to take up the full 8 foot. Because remember, I'm growing an 8x4 area, so eventually I want that to take up the whole 8x4 area. If I can, I want to get so long that it grows up the walls. Now keep in mind, so if you're going from the center, right, and then you're splitting it out this way, if you didn't grow it horizontally, how tall would that be? So think about how tall this plant has to get. If it's growing straight up, so first off, just take one side, because that side is going this way and that side's going that way. It doesn't matter that's going horizontal. That's still the vertical growth if you think about it, if I just let it grow straight up, right? So that's growing 4 feet this way, so 4 feet from the left, and then it's going to be going up the wall a little bit. So basically, I have to grow, as long as I can grow like a 5-foot tall plant, which shouldn't be that difficult, then as it's growing horizontally, it goes 4 feet like this, and that would be like a 4-foot tall plant, and then it starts going up the walls, and that would be like a 5-foot tall plant. That's the basic idea. Not as easy as it seems. It depends, how much you train to come down like that, because remember I did the critical haze like that. Well, I let it kind of grow up in a bush, and I just kind of tied it down. She didn't really stretch very much at all, and because she didn't really have much stretch to her, then we just kind of stayed that height, and so it stretched almost to the walls. It was like maybe a 6.5 foot wide plant instead of 8 feet wide. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure Blue Dream is supposed to stretch. So if I grow her out to where she's almost touching the walls, and then I flip 12-12, we should get it to go up the walls a little bit. And there's the Aphrodita. So here's the Gorilla Glue. You can see it looks a little bit strange. It's got this kind of weird growth coming out here and here. You can see a little bit of deficiency going on. And these leaves, probably just having a hard time uptaking something, whatever. It's just it's fine. Sometimes they get off to a weird start like that. I can't be sure exactly what it is. The pH I know is fine, everything. So it might just be something strange with the plant. See the little wrinkling here? This isn't a good sign, but I highly doubt it has anything in the root system yet, because the roots aren't even popping out of the rock wool yet. So I doubt it has anything to do with that. I'm not sure what it is yet. I have to look at it more closely, but it should correct itself. So I don't really pay too much attention to things like this. It's not too big of a deal. And that's why it's always a good idea if you know you need a certain amount of plants to grow at least 2 or 3 more than what you need, so that if one goes funky, then you have backup there, and then you just pick out the best ones of the bunch. So once they all start vegging nicely, then you just pick out the best ones, the ones that are growing how you want it to, and you ditch the other ones. Just toss them out. I know some people don't want to do that, but if you really want to make sure you have the exact amount of plants you want and get the best possible ones, that's the way to do it. If you're going with clones, it's not a big deal because the clones are free, right? Almost free. I mean, it took a little bit to grow them, but anyway, if there's seeds, the seeds can be kind of expensive, so you might not want to just toss them out, which is a good reason why you can make your own. Using Teresa's Mist, make your own autoflower seeds, and do it that way. And then here we got the New York City Diesel, again by Advanced Seeds. So it looks like right now the leaves already looking kind of like long. So we'll see. Let's see if she has that kind of sativa growth to her when she starts getting bigger. But yes, that's pretty much it. That's the grow update. Oh, by the way, so if you kind of see here's my AC back here. For those who haven't seen my grow room in a while, and then this right here is one of my 50-gallon, what are these called again? Drums. You can get plastic drums like that at, let's see here, you can get them at pretty much any sort of farm store. So I think the farm store we got it at, what is that farm store called? I can't remember what it's called right now for some reason. Anyway, just pretty much any type of like farm type store. I can't remember the main one that we have. but that's where we got it at. So they're like $50 or something like that. You can also order them on Amazon, and it's not too bad with the Prime. I think you can find them on Prime. I think you can get them for like 70, $80, something like that. You might be able to get them a little bit cheaper than that, but that's they're kind of including shipping and the price. That's why. But if you absolutely can't find one locally, then you can always buy a plastic drum online. I like the ones with these twisty lids on it. It's just easy to get off and on, but they have different kinds of lids. But honestly, I don't ever put the lid down. I could actually, drill holes in the lid and everything and make the hoses come out of that way and have it closed and airtight. I just don't worry about it. I just set it on there, and I kind of set it. I set it to where the hoses are coming out the side, and I just set it on the hoses, and I set it turned away from the light. So if you guys are the light, I would set the lid away from you guys. That way that kind of little exposed part is turned away from the light. You can see over here, this is where it's opened up out on that side, and then the side is where the light is. That's why I have it down on the side where the light is. And that's fine. I mean, I get very little algae growth. Even if you screw the cap down every time, you're still going to get a little bit of algae growth inside the tank. You're going to have to clean it regardless. So this makes it easier to just pull the lid off and, do what you got to do, refill it, re-pH it, put the lid back on. It's really simple instead of having to unscrew it every time. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, so there you go. We're going to have 3 autoflowers. Hopefully the Gorilla Glue pulls through. It looks like it's going to. It might just be the seed. Sometimes I've seen just plants do that for no apparent reason. pH is fine, and it's getting the right amount of food. Like everything is fine, and then it still grows funky like that. But hopefully she'll turn out to be okay. We'll have to wait and see. Worst case scenario, we'll have 2 autoflowers going, and then this photoperiod. But I think she'll pull through. But yeah, so 3 autoflowers will be going on the one side, and then the the Blue Dream photoperiod on the other side in our 8x4 area. And then as those autoflowers start taking up this area, then the Blue Dream will start getting bigger and bigger, and then hopefully that will be still enough area for the Blue Dream and not to overcrowd these ones. It should be fine. That's how it was last time. We were good. I think we had 4 autoflowers going last time. And then the critical, but I couldn't train the critical down though because I didn't have enough rooms. That's why I had to let the critical grow up. So that's the only thing I'm worried about here is that if these autoflowers do end up taking too much room, and I'm already starting to train the Blue Dream to come wide, then once I run out of room, I have to stop and I have to wait, for these to finish, and then I can pull the Blue Dream the rest of the way down so that it can be full. Anyway, we'll see how it turns out. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna train the Blue Dream to be flat and short. And then if I run out of room, I'll just let it start growing up from that point. And then once those are done, then I'll pull those branches back down as much as I can. So that's the game plan. So stay tuned for that. I'll give you guys updates on all these girls. So I think that New York City Diesel hopefully should be a good sized one. I think it'll be all right. Remember, we're only doing this to show you guys the different kinds of strains. And you remember last grow, we had that duck going, and then we had the gorilla, or is it? Blueberry. So both of those were autoflowers by Dutch Passion, and they got big. They got like 3.5 feet, and I think the duck got like 4 feet tall, maybe 4.5 feet tall. So they got big. That was no training. We just let them grow with no training, and they got pretty big. I was kind of surprised, and both of those yielded really well. I think it was 8 ounces, something like that. It's in one of my live videos where I talk about the weight we got out of them. But I think one was like 9 ounces, one was 8 ounces. Maybe did one reach 10? I don't think it reached 10. I think it was like 8 and 9 ounces. Anyway, really nice yields out of those things. Considering we weren't even trying to get big yields, those were in just regular pots. They were like number 3s, whatever. So they weren't very big pots, and that's what we got out of it. So it's really crazy. When you grow underneath the Perfect Sun LED lights, if you follow my system's free. Remember, perfectsunled.com. The link is also in the description of this video. Go to there, go to the free grow course. I have a free grow course that teaches everything you want to do, all in video format. If you want something that's more easy to, it's not so long, easy to follow, easy to bookmark, easy to go back to, I have my grow book, Grow Pot Cheaply on Amazon, and I have a link to that as well. And that for the digital copy is only $7. Also, if you come over to my live on Twitch, I've been giving away free copies of my books, free digital copies. We play marbles, and whoever wins the race, it's like it's just a physics thing. It's kind of random, and it doesn't take any skill. You just go there and say I play, and that puts your little marble in there. It's kind of cool, and we watch the race, and whoever's marble wins gets a chance to pass or to take. And if they take, they get a free copy of my book. If they already have a copy or whatever, then they just pass, and then we play the race again. So it's really cool. A lot of people have actually won free copies of my book that way. So definitely come check that out. Also, I give away free grow lights. We actually did a race just recently. You can watch my previous live videos on Twitch as well. Some of them I put over here to YouTube. And you can see that we did a giveaway thanks to Nick. He donated a LED light, and we did a giveaway on that one. Also, you can see if you join my Patreon or if you subscribe to my Twitch, either one. So you can either join my Patreon or you can subscribe to my Twitch. That automatically enters you into a chance to win one of my grow lights, a Perfect Sun LED. Right now we're giving away minis, and the more once we reach our goal, which is about $500 a month from subscriptions and from Patreon users, then I'll start giving away a bigger light. But for now, we're doing the Perfect Sun Mini, and because we're only at like $100 or $70, something like that. I've been doing it like every 3 months or so. But yeah, as long as you're subscribed for a month to either one of those, to either Twitch or to my Patreon, then you're automatically signed up for a chance to win a light once I do a giveaway. I think the next giveaway is going to be in like 2 months or something like that. So yeah, it's really worth doing, and also you help support what I do, all these free videos that I don't get any money from YouTube, because none of these can be monetized since they're age restricted. So yeah, I make no money off these videos whatsoever. The only money I make is if someone happens to see my video and like, oh, I really like how his lights grow his marijuana. I want to try one of his lights, and I get like a light sale. But I get no money otherwise. So yeah, that's a way to help support this channel. What I do is by either be a Patreon or subscribing to my Twitch channel. Either one will help support this all these videos I put out. So that's really cool. All right, yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, I'm just trying to make sure I'm not forgetting nothing. I don't think I am. So yeah, that's it. Stay tuned. See you guys in the future, and hopefully I'll be doing a live video here soon. I thought about going live right now, but I'm not sure. We'll see. All right. Double peace, guys.